Hey, you. Yeah, you. Are your bills piling up? Are you using your credit card to pay for groceries? Are you selling your belongings just so you can stay afloat financially? Is your to do list just getting longer and longer to the point where it's now starting to look like a bucket list where you might not ever do all these things before you die? You're probably like me. You feel like you're just spinning your wheels and you're just not getting ahead. Well, I'm here to encourage you to consider something radical. I'm here to tell you that you should probably ditch your rent. So, I moved out of my really expensive apartment and into this Toyota Camry. And I'm saving about $1,000 a month. So, I still go to work, right? I still deliver for Uber Eats. I do the same amount of deliveries. I work about the same amount of hours. But at the end of the month, I have an extra $1,000. So, um, here's the thing. I'm not gonna like BS you. It's uncomfortable. There's a lot of things I don't like about this new lifestyle, but it's a temporary sacrifice. And I've figured out ways to make it sustainable. Like, I still shower every day. I eat clean. I eat healthy. I sleep comfortably. Um, there's a lot of things they're actually, pretty comfortable and pretty awesome about this lifestyle. I gotta say, one thing I really don't miss. Well, there's two things that really stand out that I don't miss from my apartment. Um, Annoying neighbors, and maybe for you that might be annoying roommates also. So yeah, no roommates, no neighbors, and to this day, I have yet to see one cockroach in my car. Yeah, zero cockroaches. Almost every apartment I've ever lived at had cockroaches. Some had more than others, but you'd see one or two per month. Um, until I got to my last apartment, where I was paying about $1,500 on rent. And if you, oh, actually, well, no, that's not true. If you consider renter's insurance, what was it? Valet trash, an amenity fee, utilities, and all these other little fees. I was paying close to like $1,700 a month. And even in that luxury apartment, I still found a cockroach one time. It was only once. I was there for 13 months. Yeah, I was there for about a year. But there was a cockroach in the apartment. I also found two cockroaches in the balcony, but that doesn't count. The point is, no cockroaches in the car ever. Like, these weather seals are just really good, and that just gives me really good peace of mind. So there are a lot of pros, a lot of benefits. But one thing I wanted to share with you guys, because you're probably thinking like, I don't know if I could ever do that. That's not for me. Would it even be worth it? Would it work out? Let me just share some success stories with you guys. You're going to recognize these names. I'm going to share 5 stories of 5 individuals who are very inspiring. They went through what I'm currently going through and what you might be going through. So let's start with Tyler Perry. Tyler lived out of his car while trying to launch his first stage play, I Know I've Been Changed. After repeated failures and years of sleeping in his vehicle, he finally drew a crowd. And after that, everything changed. His persistence in the face of homelessness taught him resilience, faith, and self reliance. That grit became the foundation of his media empire. Steve Harvey. Steve lived out of his car for 3 years, showering at gas stations while performing stand up comedy on the road. He chose homelessness over giving up his dream. Those years humbled him and gave him the work ethic and hunger that now powers his success as a comedian, author, and host. John Paul DeJoria. After being fired from multiple jobs, JP found himself homeless with his toddler. Living in his car, he started selling shampoo door to door with just $700 and a business partner. His rock bottom moment forced him to bet on himself. He later co founded Paul Mitchell Systems and Patron Tequila, becoming a billionaire and a symbol of rags to riches. Jewel. Jewel became homeless after refusing a manager's sexual advance, and eventually that led to her being fired. She lived out of her car and played at coffee shops while suffering from mental health issues. Rather than giving up, she wrote songs based on her real struggles. Her emotional honesty resonated with millions, launching a music career that proved that authenticity can turn pain into art and profit. And the last one, Sylvester Stallone. Stallone was evicted and slept in a New York bus terminal while struggling to land acting jobs. He wrote Rocky in just 3 days and refused to sell the script unless he could star in his own movie. He even turned down $300,000. They eventually agreed to let him star in his own movie, and the rest is history. All right, so let's move on to the pros and cons of living out of your car. Now, I want to keep this video short, so we'll save the cons for another time, and I'll narrow the pros down to these top five. So I've already mentioned one, which is, I guess, extra money and extra time could be considered one, because I mean, you do get an extra like 2 hours per day, maybe upwards of 3 hours per day of just free time on top of the $1,000 a month that you're going to be keeping and you're not giving away, essentially. So yeah, extra time, extra money. That's actually why I'm able to make this video. That's why I started this channel, is because I finally have the time to do all these things I've been wanting to do. So it's amazing. The next thing is number two, you'll be more likely to work out because you more than likely you're going to end up showering at the gym. So you could just walk in there, shower, and leave. I've done that many times. If you're really busy, nobody really cares, nobody's watching you. But I've noticed that even on the days where I'm like, oh, I'm just going to be in and out, I'll end up working out, or I'll just at the last minute say, you know what, I'll just do 5 minutes of sauna. So you'll be more likely to incorporate those good habits into your morning routine or whenever you're going to go shower. So number three is sunrises. um I gotta be honest with you guys. It's not so much the aesthetics. Like, it's a beautiful thing to marvel, right? To stare at a sunrise first thing in the morning, but it's for the circadian rhythm. If you don't stare at a sunrise in the morning, it's actually really bad for your sleep. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't want to get too much on a tangent, but it has all kinds of health benefits, physical performance, cognitive performance, memory, better mood. I mean, I can go on, but sunrises are a big one. Number four, what was number four? Oh, you could pretty much live anywhere. So you can move into any neighborhood. If you don't like a certain spot, you could just go somewhere else. But I guess another part for this one is travel. So you can literally go anywhere, as long as it's within the same continent, of course. But yeah, you can just drive. Let's say you want to go visit somebody in another city or another state. You can just drive over there. And here's the best part: when you're traveling, you don't have to pay rent. Like, when I'd go visit my family in El Paso, I would still be paying $50 a day for my apartment. And it's just sitting there, vacant, empty, useless. Um, yeah, so I don't miss that. It's so easy to just say, hey, I'm gonna go to this place, and you don't have to worry about rent, you don't have to worry about anything, and you just save a ton of money. So the final thing, number five, I basically get free energy. If you have a van or a vehicle that has a lot of space on the roof, you could put solar panels. I've decided to not use solar panels, or at least not yet, because I get enough energy just from the car. So the alternator produces a lot of energy. If the car is on, I have an alternator charger, and this device, it's just connected to the alternator. And as long as the car's running, I'm generating upwards of 800 watts. If you're not familiar with, watt hours, I'll just, I guess I could summarize it by saying it's a lot of electricity. It's a lot. It's like a ton. It's like having two vans worth of solar panels. It's more than enough energy for you to live out of your car. You'll have enough for your air conditioning unit. You'll have enough for your fridge. You'll have enough for your freezer, and to power all the little devices like your phone. They don't even use that much energy. So yeah, by me just driving the way I would normally drive, I mean, yeah, you pay for gas, but I mean, you're not paying anything extra, and I get free energy. So I never have to go and have this big battery. It's called a power station. It's essentially this huge lithium ion battery. It's right here behind me, but I don't have to go plug that in somewhere, and I don't have to use solar panels. I just drive around, and just by me driving, it's charging the battery. So those are the top 5 things that I just wanted to share with you. But I'll conclude by asking you this. You know, what could you do with an extra $1,000 at the end of the month? And I know it might be a little more or a little less. It depends on what your rent is. But the national average is pretty much what I was paying, $1,500, $1,700 a month. So if you're somewhere along those lines where that's how much you're paying, you're looking at, after all expenses, because this isn't exactly free. You still have to pay for certain things. You have to pay for a storage unit. You have to pay for a PO box. There's a lot of things that's like, a gym membership. But you'll still, at the end of the day, once you crunch the numbers, you'll still walk away with an extra $1,000 that you could literally do whatever you want with. So what could you do with that extra money? Now, I'm willing to bet that if you made it to the end of this video, you're probably struggling financially. So let me ask you, you're already in one uncomfortable situation. Why don't you trade that situation for another uncomfortable situation? Because this one is, I mean, it just seems like it's gonna go on forever and ever. Like, if you're like me, you're like, oh man, I've just been stuck in this place and stuck in this rut for such a long time. But if you were to trade it for this other uncomfortable situation, I mean, it wouldn't take very long. How long would it take for you to reach your financial goals if you had an extra $1,000 every month, right? It's just a temporary sacrifice. And yes, it will be an uncomfortable situation. But compared to this one, it's got a higher likelihood, a much higher probability that you're going to end up in a positive financial situation. And then you won't have to live out of a car. I mean, you'll be at a point right now where, who knows, maybe you can put a down payment on a piece of property. I mean, this opens up all kinds of possibilities. I'm just asking you to consider it. And if you're like me, the thing holding you back was, what are people going to think? Oh man, my friends, my family, what if I want to bring a girl home? There's so many reasons that I was like, oh, I could never do that. No, no, I need to have an apartment. And once you reach, I mean, I was living in some shitty apartments, but once you reach that point where you're like, I'm paying, $1,700 a month for this luxury apartment, and I'm not even enjoying it. It's not even worth it. Like, I'm not happy. If this is the thing that's holding me back, I'll let it go. But yeah, the thing that was holding me, that was preventing me from doing this was pride. So I'm here to encourage you to swallow your pride, let go of your ego, and ask yourself, how bad do you want it? So I've put together a free guide. It costs $0. If you check the link in the description, it's the top 10 biggest mistakes to avoid when you're moving into your car. And I'm open to feedback. I'm open to suggestions. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. Thank you for listening. There'll be a lot more content related to financial advice around this subject, living out of your car. A lot more to come, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.